What's up, y'all? We are back, Ultimate Blurs. It's your boy, Recruit Zero.
What's good, y'all? It's Uncle Charles.
And we are here today to talk about
social media.
Social media.
It's lame now.
Why is it so lame?
Why is it so lame?
It's so disappointing. Like, when social media first came on the scene, it felt like a breath of fresh air. Like, wow, this is some new stuff.
I have an extensive lineup of
reasons,
arguments, ideas, hypotheses, conspiracy theories
right.
about this. But we're gonna start at the beginning.
Let's start at the beginning.
Like a good documentary, we have to start at the beginning.
Right. Let's start at the beginning. Like when it first came out, when we was on MySpace with your top
Black Planet.
Black Planet, baby.
Come on, man.
When you had your top joints on MySpace, you had the music playing when you come on the
AOL,
page.
There was before social media, there was MySpace and things. But the one thing that we forget is the internet was new. And it felt
new. It felt new.
Yeah, it felt limitless.
Yeah.
There was all these things we didn't know, right? And we could go anywhere and do anything.
Right. And that was before having fiber internet. We was on dial-up,
baby.
Still feeling like it was amazing.
T1 modem out here, boy. 5 cables in the crib. No, but seriously, we were, we always joke we were all web developers on MySpace doing
making
HTML. Yeah. But that's what it was about. It was about tinkering. It wasn't polished. The thing about the web, even early Facebook, there was no algorithm.
Right. It was just straight organic.
It was straight organic.
You saw what your people was trying to show you. It wasn't.
And
you saw your friend's post from 3 weeks ago or
what
3 versions of the same ads. Yeah. Today. It was all your friends, and it was new line of communication.
And you didn't follow a bunch of people. It wasn't meant to you might spit some, shoot your shot or something and match that way. But you were usually matching what people from high school, people from college, your friends, lost friends. It really was a way to connect.
Exactly.
With people.
It wasn't about trying to show off. If you remember the level of what people took pictures of then versus now, you didn't have full-fledged photo shoots like you got now. You had people taking pictures of the croissant they ate for breakfast.
Yeah, a whole bowl of oatmeal. It was we were all, because camera phones weren't that good. We also think about this, the technology. Right. Camera phones weren't that. You remember when Facebook tried to make the Facebook phone? I know this is a random off, but I think it was with HTC. But the technology was limited. So for a lot,
creative.
Yeah, we got creative, but it wasn't meant at the time to be on all day. I remember when Facebook was on, it was something I did when I was down from class. I came from class, I'm in my dorm, I check Facebook for a few minutes, then I go out. Our phones didn't have 48 megapixel cameras.
Exactly. We didn't have unlimited internet. I remember.
Yeah, we was paying by text message.
I remember the first phone I had with internet with Verizon. If you turned on the internet, you'd get a charge of $30 extra on your bill.
I had a sidekick back in the day. You know what I'm saying? It was just texting people.
Exactly.
That was the height of it. So these limitations made social media this thing where you could just kind of check. And we were all trying to figure out what it meant. But also the thing that was cool about back then is we used to share.
Exactly.
Especially in music, right? We had Currency and all of them and a lot of backpack rappers, and we were sharing things, and it was oh, I just heard this song. I want to share it with this person. Hey, y'all check out what I'm doing. It wasn't hey, my friends and followers, I woke up today, had a bowl of cereal, and then I turned on music, and I really love music because my grandma taught me. It's it was just cut to the chase, and I would share something, you would share something, I would learn something new. And so the whole thing was learning and sharing, right?
I remember with Facebook, I wasn't on Facebook initially when it first came out because it was only for iPhones. So I didn't have that. Not only for iPhones, my bad. I'm thinking something else. It was only for college students.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in college yet. So it was okay, that's cool. That's kind of exclusive, whatever.
It was.
But then once I got on there, it was I remember when it would pre-fill with the "I'm feeling like" to start your thing instead of just,
and that's all you could do.
Right. So it was like really about updating your people.
When you got on Facebook, what year was it? We're gonna age you out.
I don't even know, dog.
Wait, so did you get on after? Did you get on when they let everybody in? When they was like, everybody can get
probably.
on? Oh, so you're the problem. I'm gonna be elite college student over here. Have my nose up at you, like. But no, like, I think there was this thing like before the money came in, and I think we also have to talk about like how people make money on the internet, right?
Yeah,
and that goes a long way because it has not changed from the advertising model from like TV.
That's true.
So people built things based on the fact of like, how do we get money, right?
Right, because it was a new line of communication. So I mean, just like when the TV first came out, there weren't ads immediately, but then they were like, oh, this is better than the newspaper. We're making television ads. With this, it was an even more direct line to consumers. So it was like, we got to figure out how to exploit this. Plus, of course, the tech world being about getting that money, they were going to figure out a way to monetize what
and there was no
on.
evil genius that was like, all this data is like useful to sell.
Right.
Like we were just all here like discovering.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And like we could all blame it on Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's his fault. But I mean, really, like we also settled. I think a lot about AOL, right? Like I don't know if you remember.
Oh, I had the disc. I had the disc.
But you remember, like, at one point, like, that is how you got on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Like, no one had, like, Firefox.
You throw the disc up in that thing, install
it. It was the platform. And so I think what happened over time, right, and we lived through it, right, is there became platforms, closed networks.
Right, it started getting that walled garden effect.
Yeah, we talk about this with Apple, but there's a walled garden with remember when Twitter used to let you use their API and people were building like Twitter apps?
Exactly.
And then everyone was like, nah, we don't want to do that. So now we're going to cut that off.
Yeah.
Right. And you can only use the main app.
That was trash.
And like, because there were all types of apps that let you schedule posts and do this and do that.
And that made it more functional and better to use.
Yeah. And, the other thing that happens is like with the chase for money, you start making decisions that go against the rest of us, right? Like,
that's true.
Do you remember when like the feed came out?
Mm-hmm.
Remember, it was like at first it was just everybody.
Yeah.
And then, I think it was Facebook was the first to do this on mass scale. It was like, okay, now it's going to be, we're going to show you things that your friends like.
Mm-hmm. And that we think you'll like.
Which was kind of a trap because it was like if your friend liked something that they didn't want everyone else to know. Like, remember, it used to be very surveillance. It used to be like, your friend liked this.
Yep,
and it was
Instagram.
like, yo, I didn't even want anybody to know I like that type of stuff. And it was like, yo, that's what you into? That's what you like,
blowing up the whole spot.
Yeah, dog, blowing up the spot, bro. Like, man, like, let's just say it was like just anything, but like anything, bro. You could like My Little Pony. You could be one of them Pony Bros. Remember this thing? And you could like it, and they'd be like, "So what you doing like it?"
Right, like we saw that on the we saw that on the following feed. So what's really good?
And I think that's when we start to talk about this, we take the turn to like the algorithm.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
and how is really captured the whole experience? Because now somebody I've been following for the past 10 years, I could not see their post for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I'll see an ad for the same company 6 times in one day.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is the point of this? Like, you pushing out the content I want to see to show me an ad does not make me want to buy your product more.
and let's be real. We're not even talking about when it got into ultra boost with like TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're just talking about the beginning when they just first started just like, hey, here's some other things.
Yeah.
And then like it was like, the frogs in boiling water, the turtle, whichever one.
Right.
Frogs, turtles, frogs. They were just turning it up slowly.
And dropping the little breadcrumbs of algorithmic feeds.
But and then the algorithm does grow. But I think like there's a conversation that has to be had about like money.
Yeah.
And like, as much as everyone likes having money to spend it, like money ruins a lot of stuff.
That's true.
And this is a case where like money has ruined social media, right? Like the need for never-ending growth, VC money entering the space, and their need for exits and 10 times multiples. Like,
but what's so interesting about that is because of social media, is like we took it for granted as a tool to connect with our friends and stuff. But at the same time, there's, I don't know who it's attributed to, but the saying of if you're getting a free product, you're the product is like, we never realized that.
No one reads the terms of service and we all clicked it.
Right.
But it wasn't a place to be famous. Like, in today's times, I miss them oatmeal posts and that picture of your food and that messed up picture of your dog. Like,
with the weird filter on it.
Yeah, it's funny, like, especially me being on this podcast, right? That's being taped and my face out there. I have not like posted myself like doing something in a long time. It feels weird to me now.
Right.
Because one, nobody's really going to see it.
Yeah.
Outside of like the people I like, if I'm somewhere and I want to share it with people, the people I want to share it with, it's like now I got to DM them. Like I don't want to DM them. Like what if I just wanted them to see? You know what I'm saying? It's like everything is so filtered. You know,
I feel that.
And I hear that like Gen Alpha, Gen Z are kind of fighting against that. Right? They're like, I don't like this. But the question is like, what's the alternative?
That's true. Because I mean, for me, even as like somebody who's a cinematographer, photographer, I don't like shooting video of myself at all. It just feels weird. Even though I'm perfectly fine with doing it for other people, it's just like posting myself doing things, it just feels like, I don't know, it feels off in some way.
Yeah, like for what? Like now I have to think about why and how does this look,
because now everything got to be a story. Like before when social media first started, it was like, oh, here's this silly picture. Now it's so easy to get in the trap of, damn, I posted this, I only got 3 likes.
I don't even care anymore because I know it's all pay to play. Like, because I've run a few blogs back in my day, and like I've watched how social media was like, yo, I got to get money by eyeballs, and like I'll drop how many people you'll see on a natural and make you pay to see it. Like, why do you think so many people have blue check marks? It's not because they want the check marks. It's like they want their people to see what they post.
They want the boost.
Yeah, and the only way to get that is to like pay for it. And it's just like, the other thing that I don't like, because it's all about money now, is so much copying.
Yeah, for sure. People see one trend and then they try to do it and repeat it, rinse and repeat, and it's like, come up with your own thing.
This, I don't really, go direct to the audience, but I'm going direct to the audience right here. I want the audience to see me. We see each other right now.
For sure.
Stop doing this. The post where you go, like, stop that. That crap is whack, bro. Like, if someone, like, stop doing it.
The
like,
reactions with no reaction?
Yeah, like, look. Like, don't nobody want to look at that. That shit is lame. And I don't usually curse. It's lame. It's lame. Stop doing it. Like, just repost the original. Like, that was again, what I miss about the old school days. You used to repost and share where you got that from.
Right.
Like, you used to be like, this dude is doing some dope stuff. Like, look at that. Like, now it's just like, I wouldn't be surprised if someone does this to one of our things.
Right.
Look at what theirs. It's like that's tired. Talking in your car is tired. I've never seen
the acoustics, bro. It's about the acoustics.
Yo, I've never seen anyone give great advice in the front seat of the Toyota Camry. It's just never happened. It's never happened. If you get your advice from the front seat of a Toyota Camry, you deserve what happens to you.
Yo.
It's just whack, bro. Because it's just like everyone does it. And the other thing is like, again, because it's about money and about fame and making, everyone's a personal brand. Like you're in that industry where like you remember where it was like branding. Remember everyone was like a brand strategist, brand ambassador.
For sure.
And now it's like your personal brand. And it's just, but again, like the end result is like influencers now are just like walking commercials.
That's facts.
Like it's just the end goal. It's like,
who are you?
Yeah, like we don't know. You just hawk me stuff every day. Like Hey y'all, I woke up and thanks to, Kellogg's, I'm getting an amazing start to my day. Like everyone does, like, it's, again, there was a time where if I was doing something and you copied, like the community was like, yo, what are you doing? Like,
exactly.
That's X person's thing.
You know what I'm saying? Now that's everybody. It's like people with the ASMR stuff is like, all right, you're like, this is, or people talk about, oh, this is aesthetic, and it's just like them making breakfast. Like, bro, just live your life.
But I miss people sharing their hobbies and cool. Like I think that's the thing. Like I keep harping on this because I want this to like get out there. Discovery.
Exactly.
I don't discover anything new. Like the algorithms, like kill. Like remember when Instagram Explore page was like actually something new?
Right.
My Instagram Explore page looks like South DeKalb Mall. Like it's terrible. I couldn't open that joint up in church. I had to dunk my phone and me, throw it in rice. It's because it's what everybody. It's like, what if I want to learn something new? What if I want to get out my box? Like, why are y'all making it so hard for me?
Right.
I remember this website called Stumble Upon.
Yeah.
And you could just click, and it would just serve you up
some new stuff. That's fine.
And I don't want to spend all day complaining. I do have a conspiracy theory I'll share.
Okay.
But I want to ask you, like, what would it take to get back to the heyday?
I think for me, what it would take is the money aspect not being so heavy in it, but that'll never happen because we live in America. That's true. It's like, I've seen people with the same question, like, how can we get back to like organic, just exploration, People try to invent new social media channels, but it's just like the only problem with that is that if you don't get the critical mass, it'll never do it because you won't have enough people for people to care. And people are too addicted to that reward loop of likes and follows and all of that to really leave that.
Because maybe people don't need to care as much anymore. Maybe maybe we're never meant to have these many followers. I think the problem is they want everyone to be their own little media. I've heard this before. Everyone should be their own little media company.
That seems to be the aim.
And my content provides entertainment for you.
Right. And that ties people into that reward loop. So if you're like, yo, you could make money with this if you just work hard at it and post 3 times a day, and if you post 6 reels, and if you make 5 stories.
That was happening on Twitch in the beginning. It was like, you got to be here every day, then post content here, and then it's like
stream for 6 hours a day, and it's like, bro, I just want to enjoy the game.
Bring back blogs.
Facts.
Just bring that back. Like, bring back having a website you have to visit.
That's true.
Even if no one visits it.
But you know the problem with that now?
What?
People don't read. So that's why we have
bring back reading.
Podcasts.
Bring back reading. Bring that back.
Facts. Bring back reading. Reading is fundamental. Pick up a book, please. Barnes & Noble's probably has a sale right now. Barnes & Noble's, if you want to sponsor Ultimate Blurs, holler at me. I love books.
Hey, and I am a premium member. I pay that yearly subscription to y'all. Matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. Let me
holler at us, Barnes & Noble.
Barnes & Noble, holler at me.
Barnes & Noble's.
Just so you don't think I'm lying, check me out.
You could be in the podcast game, baby.
I got the card.
You could be in the podcast game, baby, just with one call. Hit us up.
We'll put you on.
We love books. We'll put you on.
I buy a Starbucks sometimes. We'll talk about
Barnes & Noble's every episode if we got to.
Yeah.
We love a good book.
I have a ton of books. You know what is dope that I don't see a lot, and I pride myself on this in my crib? I have a library. I have a nice bookshelf with books in it.
And whenever somebody comes to my house, they love it too.
They do too. Nothing makes you feel like a full-fledged idiot than a house with no books in it.
Right. Like, what you doing here?
Yeah, like, you ain't read nothing?
You just look at the walls?
You don't read anything? Like, you just watch? You've not read a book at all. Nothing to expand your mind or horizons at all.
It's tragic.
I'm gonna put. Can you mind if I put on my conspiracy theory?
Oh, do it. We need that. We need that. Go ahead.
We're gonna talk about us, the community.
The community?
The black community.
Okay.
I think social media has done more damage to us than crack in the 80s.
Whoa, more damage, bro?
This thing has done more damage to us than crack in the 80s.
Crack in the 80s is pretty bad, man.
And so is this. It is now an echo chamber of the worst stuff. Like, every day you get on social media, it's gender wars.
That's true.
Alpha male stuff.
I hear where you're coming from. I think I want to elaborate on that a little bit. And I think the problem's not social media itself, is that it's democratized people being able to have an anonymous voice. Before social media, you had to do work to get your voice heard. Now you can just tweet and somebody might see it.
Yeah.
And you won't get hit in the mouth for a bad opinion.
Well, that's the other thing that's happened to us, and I've talked about this a lot off air. But I always say this. At one time, Black people's relationship with technology was always something that was just like a tool. Mm-hmm. We were creative. We did different things. And, this could be applied to everybody, but I'm a Black man, so I know what I know.
Right.
But, like, again, remember, it's like there was pride in being different. In the rap game, if you rap like somebody, they were like, yo, that's lame. If we had on the same shirt right now, it'd be a tussle to see who's going to wear it, right?
Like you biting.
Yeah, like biting was a thing. Like, and it didn't matter if you had numbers. Like, we would still lame you out if it wasn't authentic, if it wasn't for real. If you said something stupid, we'd get you out the box.
That's
like
facts.
But at the same time, we would bring you back in. But there would be someone who would say like, "Hey, that wasn't it."
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And I feel like what has happened and what has invaded the culture is like things of Western society that one, we weren't always a part of, and two, didn't really care about.
Right. Like
now, you could be lame as hell. But what are they gonna say? They got the streams though.
Right.
They got sales though. He getting money though. Like we've traded integrity and creativity. Right. We've traded doing like we always say we push the culture forward. We're the culture, and it's like I agree with that. But I also feel like some of our steam is coming, the wind is coming out of our sails a little bit because we don't allow room for creativity. It's like
that's true.
How many like boyfriend girlfriend relationship comedians can there be? Like y'all all doing the same thing. Like how many times I gotta see like, oh, what happens when a swole dude smack your girl on the butt? Like 80 of y'all done did that. Like we don't, but it's like, but this would get views though. I'm getting money though.
Right.
I'm doing this
copying the same skit.
Copying the same. And so it makes all this copying, in a way, and you could even add AI on this and the algorithm, right? Yeah. We take all these things that are negative. It's like it doesn't leave room for you to be creative.
That's true.
Because if you are very creative, it only takes one time for that thing to hit.
That's true.
For everybody to be. Let's just say, let's say for sake of the argument, right? I pray this. We'll look in the future and we'll look back on this. But this show blows up.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say for whatever particular reason, something for me goes viral. Now everybody got an afro saying some wild take. Now everybody, got the locks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about like he's a clown. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so it's like it doesn't make room for you to be creative because we've lost that ability to really share for the sake of the common good of all of us, right? Like we've gone from like, the Black community and internet community went from being a community for everybody and sharing for the greater good of all of us to the greater good of one.
Right.
Like I talk about this video doing like this when they point because again, you're not sharing where that video came from, like and
or even adding anything to it.
Yeah. Yo, this came from such and such. Like you have a whole comment section. Yeah, no one always reads the comments, but leave your little diatribe about why you posted this.
Exactly.
Post where you found it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Post who the person is.
You just piggybacking off their work.
Yeah. So it's like that person you're making it so that person won't create again. Because it's like, why would I create when all you gonna do is jack my stuff?
Yeah.
I see that happen a lot, in Twitch circles sometimes with gamers. It's like people will be posting reactionary vids and it's like, yo, why would the other person post something ever again? There's no incentive for them because you don't push people back. Because everyone's out to be, again, certain philosophies as a whole have made it into the internet community, as a whole. Again, like everyone's so busy about themselves and personal brand that you're like missing the point. Like if the truly creative people stop posting, what will we do?
People be in a lot of problems because they not coming up with their own stuff. It's just, oh, this large creator did this, I'm gonna do a derivative, and it just trickled down until the next thing, the next thing, the next thing, and it's like, that's boring.
It's like you're a videographer, photographer, all of that. It'd be like if everybody started doing the dolly shot from Spike Lee.
Right.
Like everyone had that. You'd just be like, why?
Right. If everybody did that, we wouldn't talk about, we would talk about Spike Lee's being the originator, but we wouldn't even think it was cool anymore because we see it in every movie.
And everything where I feel like there was some type of organic growth or something was happening, they've like killed it off.
Yeah.
Which leads us to today with TikTok, right? Like everyone's doing reels. Like to your point, no one writes anymore. And so we ask ourselves, what are we losing? I think to get back to, I don't think we'll ever get back to where it was.
Right.
But I think how to clean it up is kill the algorithm. Like there has to be
that would help.
There has to be a platform where I can see my chronological feed of who I follow. I'm on Threads, and it's a pain. It's a pain because it's so much crap on there, like engagement, clickbait. You know what I'm saying?
It's algorithmic on Threads too.
Yeah. Like straight up.
I never even tried to get on there.
I went on there because I was like, I'm not going to be on X no more. So I need a new place to kind of go hang out. And I was like, this seems like a cool little place. And at the first, it was like, oh, this seems cool. Everybody's kind of nice. It seems more about who you follow. But lo and behold, it's like, we're going to show you a whole bunch of stuff. And it's just like, everyone's like, oh, this caught on? Then I'm going to say this too.
Right.
And so like, I get like one day I was looking at like Android phones. Right? I was like, I just want to see what Android's up to these days. And all of a sudden, every third post was like, why do people with iPhones don't come over to Android phones? And it's like, all right, somebody else said that.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone and I want to know, and it'd be like, someone just said that.
Yeah.
Like, why is my feed like this? And again, it puts you like, what's so dangerous about it. And this is how people get caught up in a lot of like BS and getting these cults and different groups. It's because that's all you see. Like you watch one thing on YouTube.
Right, and then you just start getting retargeted with
and it's like, but what if I just wanted to watch one specific thing? I didn't want to watch any more of that, and it's just like
that's impossible.
Yeah, it's like
impossible if you can't have only wanted to watch it once.
But I'm just saying, like, a random thought in my head. I want to know how Chiquita bananas are made. Where's the factory? I watched one video, then it's like
bananas.
Why you shouldn't be eating bananas? Why bananas are like this? Come down the Salvo. Yeah, like they're man-made. Like they're really killing you. The
Not
potassium.
the Dr. Sebi post.
How much CMOS have you had today, my brother?
None, my brother.
That's why you ain't opening up your third eye.
I guess not. See, and I gotta stop eating broccoli.
You do. See, the way you sounding to me right now, I can hear it in my ear. Don't let the hair fool you. You got too much mucus built up in you, brother. How much alkaline water have you had today, my brother?
None.
See, that's your problem. You need to get your alkaline water, and you need to remember we were kings.
We were kings.
We were kangs. We were kangs. And this thing that we were doing, see, this whole thing that we're doing right now, this podcast, right? We are in a pod, my brother.
In a pod?
We are in a pod, brother. We're all in pods. And what we're trying to do right now is set each other free.
And cast ourselves out of the pod.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we're trying to do.
Makes sense.
It makes sense. And you see how I just went on this long, that's how it feels being on social media. I only wanted one thing. Why did you go? How did I get here?
It's crazy. Going down the rabbit hole for everything.
So how do we, and wrapping it up, I'll just say again, bring back blogs. Bring it back.
Bring back blogs, bring back originality, bring back creativity. Don't be afraid to do something original because your idea could pop, man.
It is gonna pop.
And like everybody you follow, the thing that they did that made them pop was probably an original idea that you're following. So,
and just like that, man.
Do yours.
Just stop doing this.
Yeah, stop doing that. We don't want to see that. If you want to react, have a reaction. So we gonna wrap the joint up. This Ultimate Blurs has been your boy Recruit Zero.
It's Uncle Charles.
And if we see you doing this to one of our clips, we gonna flame you, but we appreciate the love. I'm gonna make a video
and put my tag on YouTube like that and put in a title about you pointing like this.
Exactly. Oh, and now we out.
Peace.